How do you tell which cards are your yeses versus your nos when you're using them?
I use it for my business. I use it for gambling. So I go to each slot machine and then I'll pull a card. So the yes cards are it's like in your face, the star, the sun, right? Yay, victory, the sun, or nine of pentacles, nine of cups, any ace. I like the aces. I don't really play with the wands when it comes to money because they are more adventurous and surprising. So things could happen.
More
Anything could happen,
volatile.
right?
Oh,
Yeah. And
smart.
obviously, if you go to a slot machine and you pull five of pentacles or three of swords, you don't play because
Yeah.
you're going to get a heartbreak. If it's
Right.
iffy, I don't really play because you just don't know. You want the for sure, right? There's like millions of slot machines.
That is a
Yeah.
great point. Even ones that are the same like theme slot machine, you can
Yes.
just go to another one right next to it, and sometimes that will have better odds.
Exactly.
That's cool. Okay, Pam, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have a lucky charm? Is there a lucky thing that you carry with you when you want good luck?
So what I'll do is I'll do like a ceremony or a ritual, so high magic ritual around it. Right now I'm working with the archangels. So I'll do like a charging ceremony where I charge the item. And so I'll infuse all of the energies that I've been working with into the item. And then usually it's a crystal and I'll put it in my bra. Because where else am I going to put it?
Yep.
And then I'll put it in there. And then that's like my good luck. But we've sold crystals, like my other side job. We've sold crystals to one of our friends for her husband. He came to Vegas, played Pai Gow, and won $1.4 million with the crystal in front of him. He could be lucky or it could be our crystals. I don't know.
Maybe it's both. Oh, wow. And what crystal was that exactly?
It was
And where do we
citrine
get this
tower.
crystal exactly?
It was like a citrine tower, a smaller one though.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Wow.
he put it on the table.
I love the different ideas people have on what do they use for their lucky charm when they go to Vegas. So I can't wait for you, Katie, to find out when you ask people, what's your lucky charm?
Yes. And their lucky number. I want to know it all. Yeah.
So fun.
I'll report back what I find.
Does talking about luck pull luck away?
I feel like the more you focus on something, you bring more energy to it. So the more you talk about how lucky you are. So that's actually one of my affirmations. I am so lucky and I feel lucky. So if I get a really good parking, I'll affirm it. I'll be like, wow, that was so lucky. I was so lucky. I'm just lucky.
That's cool.
Light from Lantern presents Knit a Spell. I'm magical maker, Katie Rempe.
And I'm the maker of magic, James Devine.
Join us as we stitch together the symbiotic relationship between crafting
And the craft.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Knit a Spell. This week, we have a special, amazing, magical, quantum guest. Pamela Chen, Pamela Unicorn is here. Yay!
Hi, everyone.
Pamela Chen is an award-winning author, deck creator, Akashic Business Coach, quantum guide, and cosmic magician. I'm so happy you're here, Pamela Unicorn, Pamela Chen, my friend Pam.
I'm so excited to be here.
Your title is a mouthful. I am so excited to know, what are these things? Please tell us more.
Let's define what is an Akashic Business Coach.
So my title probably changes every single month where I am right now. I like to work with the Akashic Record, which is out of time and space. It is, let's just called a hall of records, if you may, but you can do so many things in there. But it records the past, present, and future information of your entire soul's life. From all of the life, everything that you are doing, your soul records it in there. You can do activations in there. You can do healings in there. You can journey. You can meet your guides. You can manifest in there. So I love working with the Akashic Records. And I love helping spiritual entrepreneurs swirl in all of their magic, all of their wisdom, all of the certifications that they've gotten that they don't know what to do with into a profitable business online.
That is such a great niche to be in, because to have a business coach is one thing, but to have it in your area of expertise, which a lot of people don't always feel is valid, is very empowering. So that is
Yeah.
awesome. Wow. Tell me about Quantum Guide and Cosmic Magician. How do those two work in?
Yeah, so I've been working in with the galactic magic, cosmic magic, which is like the planets connecting with star beings like Arcturians, Sirians, and all of that since June 2022. And so I've been really playing with that. But I've been playing with the quantum field, which is a field of possibilities like quantum physics. And manifesting in the quantum is very powerful. We probably already do it, but I always like to, how do I do it consciously? So you can repeat the process. So I can teach it to my students so they can access the field. And what happens when you manifest in the quantum is you collapse time. So what might have taken you 10 years to do, you can do it in 2 or 3. I'm not saying it could happen tomorrow. It could happen. There is a possibility, but we have to believe first.
That's awesome.
It's really interesting to think about that as magical practitioners, as witches, as someone interested in the metaphysical, in whatever realm we might label ourselves. If you're listening to this podcast, you're in this sort of realm, either as a metaphysical minded person or as a full on like earthy witch. There's still this idea that manifesting or creating something can happen in the blink of an eye. It can also happen slowly. And so there are ways to really accelerate and think beyond. And we see that happen where things just, boom, can happen. What I love about you, Pam, is you push me beyond my limited thinking. And that's one of the things that I am so inspired by. Whenever I'm in one of your workshops, whenever I'm in any of your classes, whenever you're speaking or I listen to anything you're on, I can always count on your joy, your happiness, and that you push my thinking beyond my limitations. And my husband too, we were in your workshop at the Northwest Tarot Symposium, and we made little spell bags that were about manifesting. And oh my gosh, we were like, yeah, she really pushed our thinking and inspired us beyond our cynicism. I deeply appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. I think it's because I also like to go beyond and I just try. And you can try it on. You can try it on like a coat. You don't have to be it forever. And if you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, then don't do it. What I found out during this past year is when working with the star beings, the extraterrestrials, the planetary magic, a lot of magical people who did the earth magic, the witch magic, they thought I was crazy. They didn't believe that. And I'm like, but it's like the same thing. It's magic. So that also, I get it, because maybe a year ago, I would have thought I was crazy.
Just because you're crazy doesn't mean it doesn't work.
That's a good point too. Actually, the word crazy, whenever I feel like, oh, this is crazy, or they're going to think I'm crazy, that is one of my like keywords to clue in. No, it just hasn't been done before and people aren't used to it. Everyone thinks people are crazy when they're trying something the first time, and then they realize peanut butter and jelly are awesome together, and that becomes a thing. Got to try it. That's awesome. Much like Jim said, I also tend to be quite cynical. So having someone to look at who is so positive and has such an open mindset like you do is very inspiring. And I'm curious, where did that come from? How did your whole magical journey begin?
So I think it was funny because I was just talking to my friend the other day about this, and we're Asians, and Asians, growing up Asian is a little bit rough. Like things happen where it just seems like it's normal. So we were like, wow, we're so positive now because we've been through all of that. And we're like, our life is so much better. There's serious stuff, but I was like, wow, every day we're like, our life is literally so much better from before. Right? I think that's where the positivity comes from. Where my magical journey began was I moved out at a very young age. So at the age of 16, and I got really lucky and I was able to house sit with my friend for her auntie for $300 each in Hawaii for a house. And I was still going to high school. So I did work $5 an hour. It was still pretty much a struggle, but we had a lot of fun. And so that kind of started then where I was like, okay, I need to make some money. So I would go to psychics and I would ask about money, how to make money. And we came to a couple of psychics who taught us magic, like money spells. And it
Oh.
really worked. I remember one moment that really shifted me was when my car broke down and I had to pay $1,000. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of money. What am I going to do? And I was like depressed. And then I was like, no, if this happens, that means something good is going to happen, because there's always the opposite, right? And I think it was the next day or the day after, the exact same amount came in from this job that I quit that I didn't know I had the check from. I was like, magic is real.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is awesome.
And then from there, I dove a little bit more into money manifesting. This was maybe 2005. And from Hawaii, when I moved to Las Vegas, there was a holistic convention that happened. And I just was really called to go there. So I went there myself. And my first Reiki teacher and psychic development teacher, Janet, I forgot her last name. She's this British woman. She was so cool. She pulled me into her booth, and she wasn't trying to sell me, but she was like, you need to work with me. And I'm like, okay. I was like looking for something. And I remember because I was at the crystal bracelet booth and all of the women there were like, wow, the energy, they felt it. And I was like, I want to feel it too. So I grabbed one and I was like, I don't feel anything. I
Yeah.
was like, what are they talking about? And so through Janet and through all of the classes that I've taken, I like developed my magic. So I don't think there was any like big awakening for me. I just kept learning and doing.
I love that because a lot of times we only focus on the big breakthrough and we tend not to value the millimeter at a time climb. We think that everything has to be quantum galactic, boom, $1 million. Those are actually the things that happen because I think a lot of times we've done the millimeter at a time work that sets the stage for the big bombastic transformation to happen. So I love that you're speaking to this because you doing the work a millimeter at a time with Janet, getting yourself over that through that journey of actual work, and you saying, I never really had a breakthrough per se, but I just slowly grew into this. I love that because then it allows for these bigger and bigger breakthroughs to occur. Because the big stories of, oh, the guy who took the crystal to the Paigo table and won the $1 million,
Yeah.
that's a fun story to tell. But the less glamorous story and the more common story that I think is what we need to focus on, or what we could also focus on, is, wow, I had the wherewithal to continue my constant chop wood, carry water, wax on, wax off journey. That is, I think, how transformation mostly happens. Do you agree? What do you think about that?
I totally agree. And I think I just didn't think I was magical enough, because you hear all of these stories of these coaches or mentors or authors telling about they died and came back and they had this whole awakening. They couldn't move for 5 days. So I think I was like, sometimes before I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, where am I awakened?
A lot of people in that vein might think, okay, so, you're focusing on money magic. Maybe that's like vain or capitalist, but you have a great approach in that it's more of a mindset thing. Could you expand more on that?
Yeah. So I guess I just naturally was drawn to money magic because that's what I wanted growing up. I knew that if I had more money, my life would be better. And it was true because I had no money, and it wasn't like my life sucked, but it was a little bit more of a struggle when you have to worry about paying the bills and the food and the rent and all of that. So having money is much better. It's really that simple. And having money allows you to be authentically you. So everybody's talking about, I want to be authentic. So if you have the money to buy something, let's just say, okay, I want the Tarot of the Owls deck, right? That's what your soul wants. But if you don't have the money to buy it, then aren't you not living what your soul wants? It's not authentic. So the way you dress, the way you do your hair, and all of that is who you truly want to be. And if you don't have the money for it, then it stops you. And money is just energy, and it makes you more of who you are. So it doesn't make you good. It doesn't make you bad. The more of who you are comes from having that resource, being able to open up. And recently, one of my aha moments was when you have more abundance in your life, when you have more money, you get more free time. And also that can allow you to go deeper on your spiritual path. because I remember I was working 2 jobs, trying to write my first book, working my business. I had no time for magic, really. And now I have so much time to go deeper. Now I do an hour or 2 of magic a day because I know that's what's really important in our lives, to feed our energy.
I love that.
Where did you find that sense of balance? Because I think that's where a lot of people go off the rails. I watch shows like Succession based off of these people who have so much money and power that it's like, it's just off. That's like where my money mindset problems were from. Were like, oh, I see these bad examples. I don't want money. I don't want that to happen to me because I thought like that the money would do it to me. But that's how the person uses it, right?
It's how the person uses it. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever really associated with money is bad. And so maybe because I didn't watch the news. I had no time to watch the news working. And I didn't really grow up with my parents. And it said in my astrology that I have less karma because of that. So like less beliefs, less programming, less karma, because I had to like really create my own beliefs, right? And
Sure.
see what I stood for. And I did start studying money mindset. Oh, I was in a networking, like a network marketing company. It was like a cult, but it saved me because it programmed me to be an entrepreneur. We had like live trainings. We had to go every single week. They drilled into you to be an entrepreneur, how money was amazing. So that happened from the age of 17 to 18. So I think that really reprogrammed me. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting experience.
Yeah. Good filter you must have.
I like the idea of we can go too far on the other side. Like money is neutral. Money can be seen as biosurvival tickets. It can be seen as just a thing that we use as a way to exchange. We used to exchange tomatoes for, I would give you tomatoes, you would give me eggs. But then it started to be easier to say, okay, you can remember that I gave you those tomatoes, and here's the check marks to remember I gave you those tomatoes. Those became marks, which is the German word for money. We ended up with this like tally system, which ended up being coins or money or whatever. And now we have money as a way to remember that I gave you this many hours of my energy or this much of my services or this much of my product. So in some ways, we can over focus on money, or we can also go the other direction and say F you to money and have this hatred towards it. But it itself is neutral.
Yeah.
And what I love about what you continue to remind me is money is representative of energy and it is neutral. The people who misuse money are often the people who've inherited it, who haven't actually earned it. And they're often the people who suck anyway.
That's a good point.
If you're listening to this podcast, I want you to be a millionaire. I want us to be millionaires because we would be much better millionaires than the a-holes we see certainly on reality television. Are you kidding? They're recording that because they're trying to record the most bombastic and ridiculous aspects of their stupid lives anyway. This is what I love, Pamela, that you continue to remind us that money is neutral. Money is representative of energy. It's just biosurvival tokens. The reminder is it's representative of our energy.
But I also think money is important, and you can't just say money is not important. But we can learn to play with it. We can learn to love it. We can learn to make it our own.
And not worship it. Or we can't go either way on the pendulum.
Right.
We have to keep it in the balance. And that way we can have it in the right amounts as much as we need and want.
Yes.
Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we will talk more with Pamela Chen. Guess what, Knit-a-Spell fans? March Magic is coming to Patreon. Join us for 5 weeks of magical abundance as we explore fun challenges for you to join in and win prizes. Complete a challenge to be entered into that week's prize. Complete them all to be entered into the grand prize. A palm reading from Jim. To learn more, visit patreon.com/Light from Lantern. For $13 a month, you'll have access to all of our previous post history, polls, interact with your fellow Knit-a-Spell fans, plus, you get to hang out with Jim and I. We hope to see you there, and we'll see you next week. And we're back. In the first half, we talked about what working with the quantum cash is, but how do we work with this?
So when you are manifesting, it is really about the intention and the feeling. So what I tell my students all the time is to have a really clear visual of the end result. So when you have that thing, when you already gotten to your goal, what does it look like? And you know how like Olympic athletes or even professional athletes, they run through their whole thing, their training, the jump or the basketball shoot or whatever. They have the mental rehearsal. So you mental rehearse your future because your brain doesn't know the difference between past memories and what you visualize. So if you can mental rehearse, your brain will think it's true, and then it'll start bringing in opportunities, noticing things to get you to where it thinks you are. So that's the first part. And that's your intention, sending out that intention into the quantum, which again is a field of possibilities. So whatever it is that you desire to have, do, or be is possible in the quantum field, but we have to connect to it. We have to call it in. So we think of it and it connects to that. Then it's the feeling. So this is the electro, and then your heart is the magnetic. So like your electromagnetic field. So the heart is where the magnetism is, the radiance, the heart chakra. And so when you feel the feeling, when you feel high level emotions, that's when you can call it in. You attract it in. So if you desire to have a new house, what does it feel like if you're in that new house? How does that make you feel? And you would pick a really powerful emotion and a visual, and that's how you call it in. And then what you do in your real life, because you can't just be sitting and meditating all day, right? You have to take action. We live in the reality. So you would be, act as, and you would live your life as if you already had that house. Maybe you don't have the money for it yet, but it's okay. Maybe you want to shop for the furniture. Maybe you want to go on Zillow.com and you want to Google where the house is. Start living as if it has already happened to your fullest potential right now. So I tell my students, they all want more money, right? More money, more clients for their business. And maybe they can't go and buy that Chanel purse right now. But what they can do is they can go in and try it on. Maybe you can't buy that car yet, and it's okay. But what you can do is you can go there. You can feel the luxury vibes. You can get into the frequency and you can drive the car. I just had a client. She said she thought she had to be making $100,000 before she buys her car. But what happened was she was able to buy her car with a lower payment. It just happened. So the how we always try to control. But if we can just visualize it and feel it, send it out into the quantum, and we live it and we be the person who already has the thing, how you walk, how you talk, how you eat, how you speak, then you will attract that into your life.
It reminds me of one of the things I did before we bought our house is I redid our bedroom on our rental house, and it was a step towards buying our house. So Richard was out of town, and I did a weekend makeover of the bedroom completely. I had my neighbors help me because one of the pieces of furniture that I got was heavy, but I emptied the entire bedroom. I vacuumed it and cleaned it from top to bottom. I painted and put together all the furniture and put it all together and got it all back so that when he came back, it was just like one of those makeover TV shows on HGTV. And it was also with the intention of creating a super luxurious bedroom for us. And I realized as you're saying this, it was the step towards owning that space, but also creating not a crappy bedroom, but a really beautiful bedroom. And that was something that changed the space we were in, that had us then thinking about living in our own space. And I think looking back, that was one of those things that also is, yeah, maybe we weren't at the spot to afford our own house, but we were certainly in a spot to start treating the rental house we were in like homeowners. That changed our mindset. So wash your car and treat it like the Mercedes that you want, or treat the bedroom that you have like the luxurious bedroom that you want. I think of that too would be a really interesting practice if you did it with intention.
And if you're manifesting a significant other, if your bed is full of pillows and stuffed animals, where is your other person going to sleep?
Yeah.
Smart.
Make
Yes.
space. Say that about business too. In order to make the hugely successful business that I have, I made a garden if you will, for my business. And what does that look like if it's a business? I opened up a business account. I created a space for that money to go. And so, of course, the money starts to flow into the business checking account because a checking account wants to have money in it. That's its purpose.
You don't just go and adopt a dog without a collar and a leash and like some bowls probably for it to eat and drink out of, right? And this is another good reflection on something that Jim often talks about, which is not focusing so much on the end result because we don't know exactly what that is out there, and something better could be there. We don't know what something better is. It's something we can't even imagine yet, and that's always very exciting. Do you have any tips for people to recognize when these opportunities come by? Do you have a gut feeling, or is it just an instance in time that you've grown to recognize?
So the more you recognize when you get these opportunities, the more it comes and the faster it comes. And so everybody is different, though. I can't really tell you when your one hair goes to your eye, but everybody is very different. And so when you are able to recognize how you feel, I know when I up level because either my nail breaks, which is in the best way I love to up level, or I feel like I need to clean my office because I don't like to clean, but I'm called to clean my office. Or when my hair shifts, or when my boyfriend's mad, then he's shifting, then I know I'm shifting. So you know when something happens. So if you are aware of that, then you can be like, ooh, something is coming. Let me see what is coming. And if you are aware, then you are asking for it. You know, something you're expecting, or you're assuming something's coming, and you're making space for it. So I always ask for miracles. I always ask for blessings every single day, because if you don't ask, you might not receive, right? How is the universe going to know what you want? So if you ask for it, actually my Paris trip, I was asking for it for 2 years, and it came in a very unexpected way. So I thought I would have to be super rich in order to go to Paris, because I was like, I'm going to go first class. I'm going to go all these things. So I thought it was going to come after I was like super rich, but it didn't. It actually came the year that I was rebuilding, where I had to start from zero money income. And I was like, oh, damn, can I still pay for this? But I asked for it. It's like me asking for, I want to make money in my business. And a coach comes in, Jim comes in, and is, hey, I know how to make money in your business. And I'm like, no. Then that's telling the universe no. If I told Paris no, that would have been me denying the universe of what I wanted. So and everything manifested from that manifestation except the money. Sometimes you have to take the action first, and then it'll come, and then the other things will come. So I took the action, and we went to Paris, and we had an amazing time.
That's like a little bit of that faith aspect, which I know that's like that word, but I really do feel like that is the best word to describe that. Like, you just trust in the system that you've built. Otherwise, you don't even trust it. Then what's the point?
I have a little bit of insight into Pamela Chen because I've been one of the coaches in her program. And that has been really fun to support her clients in their journey and to see like the back end of Pamela's amazing work. You have been working with some phenomenal people and helping them achieve their dreams. And it is really great to see their transformation as they go through your signature programs, and just see their mindset shift from, I don't know, to I totally can. I'm totally manifesting this. And it's really fun to see just in workshops how people have transformed from the beginning to the end of your workshop. Every time I work with you, I just am like walking on sunshine and rainbows after. So if people want to work with you, that's my experience, but what's your goal for people? What do they experience when they work with you?
So I love to help my clients feel empowered in their lives to live their best life ever, whatever that looks like, and to give them the tools and just be a guide. I know I call myself a coach, but I don't do it for them. Everything they've accomplished is because they said yes and they went out and did it. And I'm just there to help them when they need something and share with the frequencies and the activations and stuff, so they can really remember who they are, because they are this powerful creator. And if you can just remember that, and if you learn how to do it. So you might not manifest the things that you want because you don't know how. And so I just love being like the kind of giving them the tools to really do what they were meant to do and discover themselves. And yeah, I want everybody to fly first class if they want to, or travel the world, or buy their new house, their new car. I'm all about material things because we live in the material world. And also maybe have your spiritual ascension. Let's do like samadhi together. Let's travel the planets together. Let's do all of that and have fun.
And how do you offer these things to people? You have classes, workshops.
So I'm actually having a lot of faith right now. So I have my signature manifestation program, Money Magic Manifest. So it's really the 1, 2, 3, how to manifest. And I do it with you. And I manifest incredible things with my students, and they are very powerful. So that's really fun. I have the Activated Business Academy, which is my new signature business program, where we work on creating the steps to your first 6-figure or multiple 6-figure business, creating a high ticket program for all of the magic, and knowing who you are, what you do, and who you help. Another thing that I am playing with is I might be merging with my co-author, Alex, who we create a Galactic Star Tarot. We won the Hay House contract. Yay! So that opened up the whole new galactic magic. And we're actually in the process of merging our business somehow. Our guides told us and told her and told our psychic, told everybody. And we're just like, how is this going to happen? So we're trusting right now. I don't know what it's going to look like. We have an idea what it looks like, but it's going to be very fun. It's going to be a mystery school. You're going to have the Akashic. You're going to have light language. You're going to have channeling. But we do have a monthly membership going on right now, Galactic Star Society. So every month we connect to a star being or star nation, and we go through this powerful activation ceremony. And it's really cool because when we come back, we ask our members, right now there's 80 people, we ask them, who did they meet? How did it go? What did it feel? And everybody says the same things. Like last month, they were like, we saw these people with hair. Like it was like a hair being, and it was like little bugs around, like bug aliens. And it was really cool because we all got the same thing. So we made contact, right? That was like confirmation. So that's what we do. So that's what we do in the society, the membership, which is like $33 a month. So we love playing with that. And we're looking to open up to retreats. So we have one coming up in August.
Ooh.
And it's called Galactic Wanderlust. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And where will that be at?
So this is going to be in like the mountains of nowhere in Massachusetts. And we are going to spend 4 days together. There's a Dine with the Galaxy dinner with us, and we're going to make contact with the beings outside. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited for that.
We'll make sure to list everything in our show notes because this all sounds like a bevy of exciting things you have going on this year. You have also a VIP experience for people to do with you too, right?
I do.
Talk about
so
tempting.
I have a VIP 101 retreat with me in Vegas. So we spend 2 days together. So the first day is really about the mindset, the reprogramming, the recoding, the healing, the energy work. I do a Akashic quantum hypnosis session with them. So we go really deep. And then the second day is about integration. So have you noticed that sometimes when you shower or when you're like doing, I don't know, gym, doing yoga, doing something and you get like the aha moment? So the second day we play. And so we'll go to the spa, we'll have dinner or lunch, like 5-star. You get luxed out in the casinos in Vegas. It's like the winning energy, like anything can happen in Vegas energy. And we play and you integrate and you'll get these like aha moments. So I just had one and Holly was like, I have all of these ideas coming in. I don't know what happened. And so we figured out what to do with them. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a really big transformational journey for them.
Do you offer that often?
When I have like time and spaces. So I'm opening up for April and May.
Oh, so fun.
It's amazing. And it makes me think about looking at starseed signs on the palm. So I'm going to start.
Oh my gosh. We need to do a course. Can we
talk about aha moment?
Yeah, I'll put together a course on that because I think that's really important. My husband always teases me. He's, how do I know I'm from Atlantis? What's on my palm? And I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. But there are things that I can look at. So I'm going to do some research. I'll put together a course. Wouldn't that be fun to do?
Would you do like starseed origin though? Or would you do like past life starseeds? You know what I mean?
I
Because
don't-
we're seeded from an origin.
I think I need to do some really deep meditation and just my own journey on it because I would love to put something together. This is a sidebar, but I think that'd be really fun.
Any talk about aliens? I'm like, yes, put it in, leave it in.
Katie-
He
more.
told me.
Hashtag Katie aliens. Katie is all about
He
starseed.
told me.
I just want to meet one before I die.
We did like the meditation thing that we're going to be doing at the retreat and stuff, but we still have to do a little bit more stuff on it. And so we went out, but it was too cold. It was Vermont and it was like negative. It was so cold. So we could only stay out for a little bit, but she lives by Alien Mountain. That's what they call it in Vermont. That's a lot of sightings there. And there was like to the left, me and her mom saw like this thing there, but it was so cold we couldn't stay out more for the contact. Yeah, but they do appear physically. But first you have to make contact telepathically and you open the portals and you make sure that it's like safe here and there for them so that they can come through. Yeah, because the government, I know this kind of gets into conspiracy, but Dr. Stephen Greer, he says the government actually has satellite pings because they want their technology, like the bad government or whatever. So if they appear in 3D, if it's not protected, they swarmed CE5 retreats before.
Oh,
Because the aliens became 3D. Yeah.
cool. I mean, not cool, horrible, but
Yeah, but cool, but
whoa.
yeah.
As effed up as that is, it's pretty validating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
As effed up as it is. I know you're gonna get like the men in black like flashing you.
So Dr. Stephen Greer, he does CE5. And so he's on Gaia because we have to listen to the experts too, right? To see what they're saying.
Yeah.
So he's very conspiracy though, but he's met with the president. People's offered him $2 billion to stop doing what he's doing to work on their, so like that part of the government, even some of the higher officials don't know about. He says there's already technology for free energy and you can regrow someone's arm, but they just don't release it because of the money.
Yeah, how are they going to make money off of selling us drugs and non-preventative stuff if we're just being healthy all the time?
So we come back to manifest that money. Let's manifest that money so we don't.
Yes,
right?
exactly. So we can buy these corporations.
Donate to Dr. Greer.
Gee,
exactly.
Yeah,
we have to talk about this. I'm going to change the topic.
Okay.
Let's talk about owls because I love owls. They are so magical. And you created a phenomenal tarot deck called Tarot of the Owls.
Yes.
What inspired you to do a tarot on owls?
There's almost an owl in every tarot deck. Would you agree? On the moon or almost all, there's always an owl. And they're very magical creatures. They're with a lot of the goddesses, right? Athena. And owl is to be known as mystic. I was working on another deck and then I was thinking, why isn't there an owl deck? Have you ever thought of that?
I was surprised there wasn't. There's like a crow deck. There's other birds, but not owls.
And
there's not already an owl deck?
No, this is the first one. You didn't know that?
Shut up. What?
Yes, this is the first one.
It's been waiting for you.
I was like, there's no owl deck. It would just make so much sense if I created an owl tarot. So I literally channeled and wrote the proposal. So the 78 card descriptions, one chapter, and what it was about to the publisher in 3 days. It just all came out. I don't even remember what I was working on for like months. And then this just came out in 3 days. I was like, this is it. And then I just submit it. And the funny thing was, so the artist is Elizabeth Alba. She did Everyday Witch Tarot.
Yeah.
And she just had a baby after Everyday. So she wasn't taking on projects. And so I actually shared one of her stuff. And then she messaged me. She's, oh my gosh, thank you. And I said, oh yeah. And I just submitted Owl Tarot. And I would love, if they ask you, I would love for you to be the artist. And she's, I'm totally in. And so I messaged Barbara, project manager, Barbara Moore. And I'm like, Elizabeth wants to be the artist. And she's, no way. I was like, yeah. So she pitched it to the committee. And when they came back with the contract, they said, only if Elizabeth is your artist, you get this contract. And I was like, she's in.
Everyone listening, it's not just money. that can be
That's right.
manifested. This is a prelude to the money manifested by publishing a deck. Look at what Pamela is talking about. This connection, this joy that exudes from her, this willingness to share and be joyful on Instagram or on Facebook or both. Look at what happened. She manifested the artist she wanted. Love this, Pamela.
And you weren't
Look at
afraid
the
to reach
back.
out to them.
Yeah, it was amazing. And when so it went really smooth. Elizabeth is an incredible artist. I didn't really have to do anything. I just felt like I just said, that's beautiful. Every time she submitted anything. I found out though, when the owls arrived, when I received the deck, was like, they are like very quiet and they just swoop in. So things have been, like surprise. So even the launch, we were supposed to officially launch March. I had my launch plan. And then all of a sudden they got the decks in January. Someone said, let's release it. So it was released. And Marcus, the PR, he didn't even know, right? Nobody told me. I felt so bad for him. But
oh my God.
Nobody told him. And I didn't even know. And it wasn't like until one of our clients told us. It said it's sending our deck on Amazon, and then Amazon sold out, and then nobody could get. It was like this whole thing, and I think you just have to roll with it. Like the owls they showed you surprises, even like the creation of it, right? Everything was a surprise, but you can't look at it in a negative way. Like I could have been like, oh no, my launch is messed up. But instead I was like, oh, it's the owls and it's good. Like everybody gets their deck sooner. That's fine.
That's so great. I want to know, you said there's a few cards that you love that are especially money related.
Oh yeah.
So what are your favorite money related cards?
Okay. So the majors, Empress.
Look at that Empress.
Oh, I know. She's cool, right? Money related. I would do the Star.
Oh, is that a snowy owl?
I don't know what owl she did. I think she just
like
did a rainbow. Snowy
beautiful
owls,
white snowy owl. That's what I'm going to
snowy
say.
owls are actually the swords.
Oh, that's
because
right.
they're colder.
Oh, yeah.
The sun. I love this one.
Of course, the sun. Look at that cute little owl sitting there all happy and like warm in the sun. So cute.
And then the world is a really good money card.
Oh, yeah.
I do like magician. This is the cover, actually.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, fantastic.
And then the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, I have it right here. Meh.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Look at all the fruit blossom like full around that owl.
9 of Pentacles. Almost any pentacles except like the 5 Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. 6 is okay because it's like you're receiving a gift, or maybe you have so much money you're donating.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Queen or King of Pentacles is really good.
I love the
8 of
King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Nice.
So almost all of the pentacles are really good. The aces, so Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is so funny because one time when I still worked at the casino, I was like, I don't want to go into work today. I'm going to pull a card. So I said, what happens if I go into work? And I got Ace of Cups. But I was like, but I still don't want to go in. And then that day they made like $500 or something. I'm like, damn it.
But
it's okay. I chose not to go in on me. Yeah. So all the aces I think are really good because that means new money. So Ace of Pentacles. Cute, huh?
So cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Do the coins have an owl on them?
They do, yeah. So
oh my God.
It's owl currency.
It's owl currency.
Yeah. Swords are really cool. Elizabeth actually made a 3D sword to draw this. They have owl wings and a face on the sword handles.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Look at the 10 of Cups.
Yes.
Money card.
Oh.
For sure. If you get 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles, they're taking a family photo, huh?
Oh my God, they're taking an owl selfie.
And obviously, if you get this, just walk away.
Yeah. You're going to have a bad time. Yeah. Stop drinking at that point, too.
No. If it feels good, do it. If it doesn't look like there's something going on, don't do it.
Smart.
Oh my gosh. Those owl card, the Tarot of the Owls, amazing.
Thank you.
Stunning. Yes. And each suit has a different season behind it. Each set has its own owls. And then the majors are like bigger, more imposing, magical type owls. And your information in the book is so inspiring and really just great positive interpretations. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if I want to see chicken pics and follow you on social media, How do I do that? Where are you?
So Instagram at Pamela Unicorn. That would be your best bet. And there are scamming accounts sometimes. So it's just Pamela Unicorn. There's no space, there's no double letters, there's no dash, nothing.
Yes. Be careful of those scammers out there. And what's your website?
Magicalpam.com.
We will link both of those. You can follow those reliable links in our show notes and follow Pamela Chen, Pamela Unicorn, Magical Pam, our friend and amazing manifester extraordinaire.
Thank you again, Pam, for being here. And Jim, awesome as always. We'll see everybody next week.
Love you, Pam.
Love
bye,
you.
Katie.
Bye. Thanks for
listening.
If you enjoyed the show, consider sharing it with a friend, leaving a review on iTunes and Spotify, or following Knit a Spell on Instagram.
You can also subscribe to the Light from Lantern YouTube channel to enjoy full episodes of Knit a Spell and see our happy faces.
You can also learn more about readings, classes, and events going on with your favorite maker of magic, James Divine, by visiting thedivinehand.com and subscribing to his newsletter. Then follow Jim's fun and interactive Instagram account at DivineHandJim.
Keep up with Katie, the magical maker, by subscribing to her newsletter at lightfromlantern.com. You'll receive a free knitting pattern as a thank you gift. Then follow Katie on Instagram at lightfromlantern for even more magical making tips. See you next week.